Hey there, and welcome back. Today, we are tackling an issue that is just as important as your technical expertise, your ability in English, and that is active listening. I want you to take a moment and think about this. Why is it that two people can attend exactly the same meeting, walk out of that meeting, and have completely different opinions about what was said in that meeting? This is because we interpret information differently. And this is why active listening is such a crucial part of any meeting. Remember, active listening means giving your full attention to the speaker, asking clarifying question, and paraphrasing to confirm understanding. It sounds really simple, but it takes practice and it takes time. And it's something that you have to do every meeting to improve before it becomes second nature. It is a really, really important part of the tech industry because misunderstandings in the tech industry can lead to big mistakes. Let's have a look at an example. During a stand up, if a developer says, I'm stuck on a dependency issue, you might ask, can you explain what is blocking you? Instead of just assuming you understand. In this situation, we are asking a clarifying question. We are wanting the person to go into more details about what it is rather than making our own assumption about the problem. Simple, right? As I said, it is something that takes practice. Normally, a lot of people suggest that nodding, maintaining eye contact shows that we are listening. Nodding, it doesn't mean that we are listening. Sometimes it is a normal response. You are sitting, writing, doodling, or whatever on your page, and you're just going, that doesn't mean that you are actually listening. Maintaining eye contact. We've been told that maintaining eye contact with the speaker, that shows that we are listening. But sometimes it gets a little bit creepy. If someone's like nodding, maintaining eye contact doesn't show that we are actively listening. But they are important components to add in to show that we are listening. In a meeting situation, if you are like me, I am the type of person I like to write my thoughts down. I am not actively looking at you. I am not maintaining that eye contact. Instead, you would probably see that view. But I am still listening to you. Let's have a look at some of the points that show when a person is listening to you. First point is, does the person you're speaking to lean towards you? Often, when we lean towards someone, that shows that we are really interested in what they are saying and we want to almost get a little bit closer to them, but not in a creepy way. I mentioned the point about making eye contact. Eye contact, we want eye contact, do not get me wrong, but we don't want to make it creepy eye contact where we are. That is creepy. Does the person that you are speaking to smile? Smiling is a really, really important way to show that you are listening. And not fake smile, but a genuine smile. It can even be the smallest, softest little smile. But that shows that they are listening to you. Do they back channel? Back channel is an interesting one. What I mean by that is, do they go, interesting or nod in small amounts. Back channeling in small amounts, doing that, interesting, nodding does show listening. And the last point, maybe a little bit controversial, but do they interrupt you? When a person interrupts you, it's generally because they have something that they want to add. They've been listening to what you are saying, maybe they are excited about it, and they want to add something, which shows they are listening. Now, if they are interrupting to change the topic completely, probably not. But if they are interrupting to add something, they really have been listening to what you have been saying. What about when a person isn't listening? How do we know if a person really isn't listening to us? Number one, do they become quiet? Like, really, really quiet. Are their expressions passive? Meaning there's no smile, there's nothing expressive going on with their eyes, it's just, in this situation, I probably have a million other things going on in my head, and I am not really listening to what you are saying. And are their eyes fixed somewhere other than your face? And what I mean by that is, are they almost looking past you, looking through you? If they are writing something down, understandably, they are not looking at your face. But what I'm talking about in this situation is, as I said, looking through you or past you. And the last one is, do they take in your comments without adding anything? If a person is not going to comment on what you are saying, they are probably not listening to you, which is why clarifying questions, paraphrasing is so important, because we are commenting, and that shows again that we are listening. Imagine your team is troubleshooting a bug, and there are a lot of opinions being thrown around. Tom is saying something, Susan is saying something, Fred is adding. In that moment, you probably have to take control of the meeting, but you need to show that you've been listening to everyone as well. And instead of jumping to conclusions, why not paraphrase? For example, what I'm hearing is that the API isn't returning the expected response. Is that correct? So you have taken everything that everyone has said to you, a lot of information, you've summarized it, and you've put it back out there. This shows your team that you are listening to them, and it's also clarifying to make sure that you have understood correctly. This is just as important when you are working with clients. Clients can come into a meeting expecting something and having that expectation. And if you are not listening for that expectation, they can walk away from that meeting feeling quite disappointed and feeling as though they haven't been heard. It is your job as the lead to be able to identify what it is that they are expecting, so that you can then deliver their expectation, or maybe not deliver their expectation, but they need to know if you are able to do it or not. And I will come back to this. This is why paraphrasing and clarifying questions are so important. I hope this has helped a little bit in your understanding of what we do when we are actively listening. Please practice this in your next meeting. See the difference that it makes. Let me know in the comments if you have noticed the difference. And as always, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and to share. And last one, let me know in the comments, what's your biggest challenge when it comes to listening? See you next time.